Hi everyone, Eric and Cathy here. Welcome back to Slow Swimmers and Fried Eggs. We're really excited to talk to you about our next segment.
Cathy here, and I'm very excited to speak also because it's nice to be live instead of just all through the writing. So happy to be here.
We've spoken a lot on the blog about how this isn't something that people like to talk about. And in many cases, we've had friends who were struggling with the same things, only we didn't know it at the time. So once we started speaking out and found that it wasn't actually true, we didn't know anyone this has happened to. It was that it was happening to people we knew, and we didn't know it. So when we began to speak out publicly, there were definitely cases where the male half of couples that we knew would talk to me about their experiences. But until they knew we were facing the same thing, it just wasn't something people talk about. And it certainly isn't the kind of thing that guys like to throw out on the table with their buddies and air their feelings about. But I think once they knew that it was something I understood, it was definitely something I had some conversations with male friends about for sure.
Now, it's very true. When we were going through it, we literally at the time thought we were the only people out of our circle that we knew of. So we definitely felt very isolated and alone. And we felt like we didn't have anywhere to turn to except to each other. And eventually I did reach out to support groups, like infertility support groups, such as blogs. That's how I actually made some friends in the community at that time. But since we've been writing the blog, what's been fascinating is exactly what Eric said, that we found a lot of our friends in our friend network had been through IVF, had been through IUIs, and we just had no idea. I will say that at this point, we're still the only couple out of my friends that I know of who was never successful. Almost every one of the friends that we have met now has a child. One actually has a child through adoption, but they all pretty much did end up having successful IVF. So I am still glad that I reached out at different times so that I have other friends who were unsuccessful and successful so that we have a kind of broad community. So that's been really nice.
And I would just add, as illustration of the point we were talking about, I have a very dear friend I don't get to see much because we live 5,000 or 6,000 miles apart. She gave the blessing at our wedding. We didn't know, even though we met 22 years ago, and she did speak at our wedding, we didn't know till we started writing the blog that they had struggled with this as well. Been friends literally for decades, and this had just never been spoken of. So not only the strangers and the people who are now friends through the online community, through the blog and through the internet, but even people we've known for many, many years, we've found new common ground with and bonded with because it had never been spoken of, even with people we already knew.
Do you feel that that's empowering, not only to you, but to them?
Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how much closer I feel that our friendship has become. In fact, Cathy and I normally take one big trip each year with our vacation time, and we save up and we plan. And there are many places in the world we'd like to go. But in this case, we felt it was much more important to go see the people that matter to us most than to see somewhere new and exciting. So we're going to the UK next month, a place we've both been many times, in part specifically to see this couple because it has really strengthened our friendship with them.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. And we can't believe we haven't seen them since our wedding, but yeah, we're very excited to see them. And they've been, honestly, two of our biggest fans of the blog. And again, they're thousands of miles away, so it's really exciting that we've strengthened this friendship with them and that we're going to see them in just a few short weeks. So that'll be great.